So good morning everyone, and welcome to another fascinating vlog. This morning we're in Frodsham in Cheshire. Now Frodsham is the birthplace, and I think this is where he lives as well. I think this is where BARLOW lives, of Take That fame. Now I know he had a solo career as well, but he's probably more famous for Take That, isn't he? I know they're still touring. And I wonder if this is his favourite pie shop. Anyway, I've done some research about this place online, and they're meant to knock out some of the best pies in the north of England. So there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Let's get in and let's check it out, shall we? Hey up, I need to tell you, don't I, how much the pies that you're about to see me eat, how much they all cost. So this isn't, they've not given me like an itemised bill, if you will, but the total cost came to £6.50. So the steak pie was £2.50, the pork pie was £2.10p, and the meat and potato pie that you're about to see, that cost £1.90. So if my maths is right, that should come to a grand total of £6.50. It's the 30th of May 2025, and as I said before, we're in Frodsham in northwest England. So please, after you've seen the food and after you've seen me eat some of it, let me know what you think of it. So I've got my pies. So let's have a quick gander at them, shall we? Now I'm glad the lady in the shop has actually written on each of the bags what's in them. I think I can recognise the pork pie, but I'm not sure about the others. So let's have a look at the pork pie first of all. Now, something else to make a note of as well is the great branding on the bags. Really like that. That's cool, proper retro. So that is a Coward's pork pie. Now that looks good. That looks superb. I think I can see some juice in there as well, just peeping out. Maybe some jelly as well. So that's the pork pie. Let's have a look at this meat and potato pie next. If I can get it out of the bag. So this is a Coward's meat and potato pie. Bit of a different look, that, isn't it, for a meat and potato, but that looks good. That, can't wait to dig into that. So I'll put that back in its case. And this one is the steak pie. Let's have a quick gander at that one as well, if we can manage to get it out of its case. And that is a Coward's steak pie. Now they all look really good to me, so I'll just get that out of the way and put that on top. So I think these are going to be good, and we'll get into them very soon. Right then, I think we'll kick off with the pork pie. Now I've brought my trusty chopper out with me, so let's get into that. There we go. I can see some jelly just peeping out of that there. So let's get rid of that. Oh, look at that. Now that looks good, that. Got some jelly oozing out of the top of it there. Jelly around the sides as well. That looks packed, that, doesn't it? Pastry looks good. Good meat to pastry ratio as well. So let's give that a whirl. Wow. That is so nice. Wow. The pastry meat combo. Succulent pork, nicely salted, some nice jelly in there as well. Sorry, I'm catching the camera there. That's amazing. That is so nice. One of the best, and I'm not kidding, that is one of the best pork pies I've ever had. Right, next one. Let's break in to this steak pie. So let's give that a little break into there. There we go. Let's get the old chopper out of the way. Oh, that looks good. Hey, that. Now they look like quality pies, them, don't they? Look at that. Nice rich gravy in there. Packed with steak. Nice flaky pastry. Not done a really good job of cutting it, have I? But never mind. I'm like a giddy kid looking at this. That looks good. Let's give it a whirl. Wow. Another superb pie. Nice chunky pieces of steak. I don't know whether that's coming across well on the camera or not. They've not scrimped on the filling in that either, have they? Take another bite of that. Another really, really nice quality pie, that. Pastry isn't thick. No soggy bottom on it either. It's not falling apart in my hands. Another quality pie. And just before it all goes down my trap, another shot of the beef. The steak that's inside that pie. Massive chunks of it. Right then, last one. I think it's going to be another good one, this, but there's only one way to find out, isn't there? This is the meat and potato. Let's break into that. There we go. That's one cross section. And we'll have a look at the other one as well. That's the other one. We'll get that out of the way. Look good, them, don't they? Let's have a little bite into one of these. Look at that filling in there. Some nice, put my teeth back in, some nice chunks of potato in there, isn't there, as well? So let's give that a whirl. Nice chunks of potato. Nice meat to potato ratio as well. Nice rich gravy. No soggy bottom. Another superb pie. Really good, that. Very nice indeed. So then, as you can see, I've eaten half of each one of the pies, and I just thought I'd go through some final thoughts, as I always do. But this time I'm going to rank them in order from third to first place, and I'd love to know what you think, what your ranking would be from third to first. So for me, which one am I going to choose as being in third place? A bit like Wheel of Fortune, this, isn't it? In third place is the meat and potato pie. Now, not taking anything away from it, that was a superb pie, that. As you can see in that cross section there, some really nice chunky pieces of potato, nice meat, nice gravy, nice and rich gravy in that as well. Pastry good, nice and crispy where it needs to be, didn't fall apart in my hands. Good pie. Now then, in second place, I'm going to go for the steak pie. The steak pie, I mean, look at that cross section. Some really, really nice big pieces of quality steak in there, as you can see. Try and get a close-up of it for you. It's some nice, rich, meaty gravy as well. Now, pastry's not too thick on any of the pies. Nice bake on it. Really, really nice pie, that. And now then, the pièce de résistance. Who knew I could speak French, eh? Now then, this was one of the best pork pies I've ever tasted. You can probably see some of the jelly in there, can't you? It oozed out as well when I cut into it, didn't it? Nice meat to pastry ratio. The pastry's not too thick. Plenty of jelly in there as well. Now that, it knocked it out of the ballpark, did that. Honestly, one of the best pork pies I've ever had. And as you know, I've had a few, haven't I? So yeah, superb that. Put that to one side. Now then, how much did I say I paid for these? Now then, they were £6.50, which I think is superb value for 3 fairly substantial pies them as well. The pork pie was a small one as well. I think you could get bigger ones. But yeah, more than enough. Now, lady in the shop was sound. Nice staff. Couldn't do enough to help you. But we're going to mark them out of 10. I don't go to places that are rubbish. I tend not to. Maybe I should, and then you probably get some lower scores then. But I don't like wasting money on rubbish food. They were superb value, tasted great. The pork pie, honestly, wow, Premier League plus. I'm going to rank them. It's high nines. I'm going to give them a 9.9 out of 10. As always, I'm probably going to get told off in the comments, but wow, especially this pork pie. Wow. One of the best ever. So, as I started off at the beginning of the vlog, now, if this is Gary Barlow's favourite pie shop, I can't blame him. I'd be in every day, probably, to get a pie or two. But yeah, 9.9. If you're ever in Frodsham, come and give them a try. I'd love to know what you think about these pies. Let me know in the comments if you do ever go to Cowards. This is the high street. Quite a busy, thriving little place is Frodsham. Lots of folk walking about. Look at those lovely thatched cottages over there as well. They're nice, aren't they? So yeah, main drag in Frodsham. So I thought I'd have a little walk up the high street, up to this clock. Now, it's quite a nice looking clock this, isn't it? It says Whitchurch on it. I wonder if it was made in Whitchurch. If you're from Frodsham, or you know any history about this clock, please let me know in the comments. I'll be interested to know. And also as well, I thought I'd get a quick shot of this fabulous looking pub, the Base Po. It's a nice building, isn't it? So anyway, I'll get out of the rain that's just started, and all that remains for me to say is please join me again on my next adventure, wherever that may be, either like we are here in Frodsham in Cheshire or elsewhere around the world. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.